Hello and welcome to Center 4. A theme is Designs in Nature and this unit is Camouflage. And this center is Camouflaged Critters. So this is for the artsy kiddos. They're going to like this one. But I also encourage you to remind them to be scientific. So the idea here is that they are going to create a critter. You're going to tell them to look around the classroom and pretend it's one big habitat for lots of little critters. And then they are going to create a critter that will be camouflaged somewhere in the room. Now we have a lot of fun craft supplies in here. We have some bunch of different colors and patterns of paper. Animal, like giraffe looking, leopard. There's some snake skin looking in there. And then we'll also have different colors of construction paper that I will cut into smaller pieces. I'd say, we're trying to preserve supplies, so I would say have students pick maybe one pattern and one color because we just want little critters because that'll be more fun to look for anyway. Then we also have a bunch of little fuzzy dots, and if they want to do antenna, we have some fuzzy sticks and some eyeballs if they want to make eyeballs. But before you give them to make their creature, give them free rein to make their creature, I recommend going through the different types. This might be their first center, so they might not have had it in a previous center, or they might already have some background knowledge. But this kind of goes through the different types. There's not just one type of camouflage. We think of camouflage as being, I'm a brown bug, so I'm going to be on this brown wall over here. But there's a lot of different types. There's patterns and there's warning camouflage. So remind them that there's a lot of different types, and they can kind of strategically and scientifically pick what they want to design their creature for. And then let them make their creature. Now I have in here somewhere a little bit of sticky tack. Can't find it right now, but it is in here. Give them just a little piece of sticky tack and then have them go put it around the room. And then you can have, maybe discreetly, maybe kind of have one group looking at something and let each student go and kind of put theirs discreetly around the room and then see if they can find it. You can also use this at the end as a conclusion activity so that if you don't have time to find each other's critters, or even if you do, there's going to be, 4 or 5 groups worth of critters around the room, you can have the whole class kind of point out a critter and then talk about what kind of camouflage it's showing, and it could be a good wrap-up activity to kind of bring all that knowledge together. Now, I think this will probably take the whole time, 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how long your centers go, but there is a supplemental activity. So this is a dots and stripes, and what you have is a picture, and if you look closely, there are, I think, seven animals hidden in there, and we do have a key that is colored, so you can let students, now you can just put this out and let students kind of, I'll put some dry erase markers in here, they can kind of circle or outline the animals as they see them as a group, or if you choose, you can make copies. There are a few copies in here, but plan ahead if you want to give every student a copy. They can make copies and then try to go in and color each of the critters in there, and then you can end by showing them the key. Again, I don't know if there will be time for this. It might just be a quick discussion or a quick wrap-up. I think the bulk of the time will be spent creating the fun little animals and hiding them around the room. And again, encourage them to have justification for their design, where they're going to put it in the room and what kind of camouflage they're using, but also let them be creative and have fun with it as well. So if you have any questions or if we're running low on supplies, please let me know at mitchellelf@gmail.com.